Oh no! Amazing! Just as soon as I go live, somebody has the alarm going on there. That's just amazing. So I hope you can hear me anyway. And it's gonna be an amazing background to have. Some people have fancy music and some people don't. They just have a car alarm there, right? So let's see if I have to wait for these people to turn off the alarm or if I can just talk about whatever. Ah, thank you so much for stopping the alarm. So anyway, good morning everyone. My topic today is depression. Can we lift depression with a pet? Is that possible? I've been talking to a guy called Aaron Sully, or Sully. I've interviewed him yesterday because he's going to be my guest in my next episode, which I'm recording with him this Friday. I'm very excited about talking to him and having him to be my guest in the podcast and to talk to you about his depression that lasted for many, many years and was triggered by events that happened early in his life. And when he understood the meaning of this, he started to literally come out of himself, get out, meet friends, and then do lots of good stuff that help him to be happy. And so this is amazing. And other people have found different ways. There are lots of ways to do in therapy. And today I was reading Quora, and I was reading a story from a clinical psychologist, and I just want to give her credit. It's from May 21, and her name is Julie Gerner, and she has a PhD in clinical psychology from the University of South Dakota. And they were talking about, is there, as a therapy, any, is there a therapy or a strategy that you use that is unusual and it has worked? And I thought, I want to read that because you never know with depression, with anxiety, there could be something interesting that you want to look at and maybe an angle that we have not explored. So if you suffer from depression, bear with me. Or maybe you have a friend that suffers from depression. And you might be socially isolated, might not see people, might not go out at all. So let's talk about this story because I'm really excited about sharing with you. And so it says that there was a young woman that went to see, what's her name, Julie, for depression a few years before. And she said she was incredibly shy and lonely, and she lived a very, very isolated life in the city. But once the therapist got to know her, she realized, wow, this is such a funny person, a smart person. It's very incredible. So we did all this work to lift up depression, and that was really good and went well. And this lady lived in a city. But despite being surrounded by a lot of people, she didn't have friends and spent the entire day at home alone with her cat. And she really, really loved this cat. And this has been going on in her life for many years. And this Julie says that this lady would become very animated in the moment you would ask her anything about her cat, because she absolutely loved it. And so the psychologist said, hey, have you ever thought about taking your cat for a walk? And the lady said, oh, wow, I thought about it, but I thought it was very strange and I would be looking like a weirdo, a lot of people are worried about the reaction of other people when they see us doing something different. But the psychologist pressed on and said, no, just get a little harness and get your cat outside. So the young girl did exactly that. She bought the harness and went out with a cat, and she realized the cat didn't want to go anywhere. It was just sitting there not knowing what to do. So she had to resort to lots of stuff, and with patience she taught the cat how to walk without being scared when they were outside. And let me tell you what happened, because she really had a blast. And I want to really quote word by word almost because it's so good. And she found the whole thing pretty amusing. She got to know her neighbors because she was now starting to talk to people every day. Everyone wanted to pet her cat. Everybody wanted to ask something about her. So she met finally her neighbors. The kids in the neighborhood were walking home from school who wanted to see this cat and wanted to pet the cat. And so slowly, people became familiar with the sight of this woman with her cat, and they wanted to see her every day. They were looking forward to seeing her. They knew her name, they knew the cat's name. And this made this young patient feel really, really good. And of course, in time, she started to build relationships and friendships, even to the point that one of the neighbor's kids asked her to bring her cat to the birthday party because it was going to be so fun for everyone. So it sounds really silly, but this psychologist said the cat was the best little gateway to having some wonderful social interaction, maybe short at first, but then better. So the lady got to practice her social skills and she started to feel more confident. Now, if you think about that, the cat wasn't a pill and solve it all in 1 second. The cat was the excuse, the reason that she could use to rationalize herself out of the house. You know, when you're depressed, you don't want to go out, and even changing your clothes, brushing your teeth, always so hard. But you have to take it step by step. And so as this lady took action, then all the therapy that she did came into realization. You know, it's just amazing to feel good, but now this depression has to lift that place to a person that is able to go out and interact with people. And as she took this action, she met the people. As she met the people, she managed to have chats and to learn about other people, because in depression we are always thinking about ourselves, not in a selfish way. We're talking about, oh, I got this black cap over my head, I got a mantle, I can't see anything. Everything else doesn't matter because I'm dying, I want to die, the pain is too much. But once she started to focus outwards, focus on something else, focus on fixing a different problem. The problem was the cat, it wouldn't move, and it was really fun, and she loved her cat. So maybe it was this kind of way of looking at things in a different way, and just putting the focus on something fun, something positive that was going to happen in the end, just going out with a cat. And if you look outside, there are people that I see maybe on Sunday when I walk into church. I see always the same lady about 10 o'clock with a white dog. I haven't stopped to say hello because I'm usually, she's quite going behind this dog. But, you know, that could be a way of meeting people. And sometimes that's all we need. Sometimes we don't need to make it too big. It's something that we can all do. Maybe we have a cat or a dog, maybe we have a child, and one of my clients is now learning to go outside after years of anxiety and taking her child out in playgroups. How wonderful, how healing it is to just go outside, meet new people. They're not going to bite you. So here is my short message for today. Look around and see what you can do today that can help you, or maybe can help a person who has depression to feel different, and just to look outside a little bit, out of his box. Maybe it doesn't feel great the first time, but if you take small steps, just, you know, have your own pace, you don't have to be pushed into anything, take small steps all the time. And you will eventually manage to be on top of his depression, and maybe, who knows, completely get rid of it. And if you have something, you know, maybe tragic that happened to you, maybe you have trauma, remember that depression is very, very many times the symptoms that are suppressed feelings. You were not able to talk about your feelings of joy, of sadness, of anger. A lot of depression comes from anger that couldn't come out at all, and is expressing itself in fibromyalgia, MS, headaches, migraines, skin problems, psoriasis, and depression. It can come in many ways because our body is listening to us. It's listening to our thoughts. So what are you going to do today to take action? And one of the things you can do is call me so we can work together and find out what's going on, why is this happening, and how can we get on top of it. So I hope everyone will have a wonderful day. Enjoy yourself. See you soon. Take care.